Hey, hi, and most of all, hello. This is my channel, and I'm Cornel. And yeah, did you ever had a kind of feeling watching a beautiful YouTube video about some kind of handmade item and you have this urgent need that yes, it looks so good, it looks so easy how the creator doing it, that I need to try it. I need to have this item, but not just have this item, I want to make this item myself. And actually you don't really realize that you don't have any kind of actual knowledge about how to make this kind of products. You don't even really probably have any kind of skill set what you should use for this product, but you are so pumped up and you are so enthusiastic that you are just not even think of it, and you just start to doing it, and more and more bumps coming on the way in front of you. Yeah, that's typically me. That's typically me. I'm not even thinking anything, watching something. Okay, sometimes when it's something really, really complicated, like I wouldn't get into programming or something, but with handmade products, I usually have this kind of vibe that I can do it. Why I couldn't? She or he or they can do it, so I'm sure I can do it. And yeah, it's happened with me again. And to spice it up, I was so there that I didn't even want it to make to myself, but to my partner for as a Christmas gift. And yeah, what I'm actually talking about, I saw a beautiful YouTube video about coptic binding. Actually, the original creator is made a sketchbook for herself with this beautiful binding on the spine. You can see all the knots, how the structure is getting together. It was even really sustainable in that way that she even didn't use any kind of special cover, but just the hardcover of the original sketch block itself. So I was like, oh yeah, it looks so good. And actually my partner is still using physical planner, yearly planner, so let's do it to him. Why not? It would be an amazing, great, unique gift for Christmas. So, starting with the pictures, yeah, I made only half of them on time because I suddenly got busy that I even find out in the same times that, okay, I will just set up my shop, my online shop, and start to sell my products, but I didn't have enough products, so I needed to make even different products to have a kind of already okay stock to offer on a shop to even worth to open it up. So yeah, it was a really overmade situation, I have to say. Anyway, I managed to make 6 pictures. Even those pictures I made already 3 ready, and after I just hated them, so I completely scratched the original idea of the pictures and I started to make new ones. What I really happy with them. But anyway, pictures was done. I found a really nice page where you can make your any kind of planner online, and for just a really small price you can download it, you own it, and even after you pay the price you can just go back and edit the schedule. I will put the link down below in the description. Actually, I will put the link for everything what I used for this project in the link in the description below, so you can find if you are same type like me and if you have this kind of audacity to think that you can just do anything and everything what you see and you like. So I printed the planner itself. I even tried with different inks that the paper, because I wanted to use pretty thin paper for the project to not make too bulky the planner itself. So I tried different inks and liners and so on and so on. If it's bleed through the paper, it didn't, so it was perfect. But the other limitation was what I bumped in is my printer itself. I have a Canon TS3352, what is a really excellent printer for starting your prints. Kind of on an intermediate level quality you can reach with it, but it has a really serious limitation that it always prints bordered. What when you try to print something in bigger than a photo, a normal photo size, the usual standards one, or on plain paper, it will be always bordered. You can't change the settings. I tried, I spent way too many times from my life with this. So I needed to even find out that how I will print actually this photos not on photo paper, because photo paper again would be too bulky and really stand out from the whole feel of the planner. So I needed to edit that standalone too, and so on and so on. Wasting the time was good only for that the wax thread what I ordered for the project, it's arrived pretty late, but now it's arrived on time because I was just ready to make everything when I already had finally in my hand the thread itself. So there wasn't too much left beside already. It was actually the 31st of December when I finally get everything together, and even the day like I needed to work at the theater, we had performance. Even my partner was really wanted to go in the morning to walk a little bit in the town because it was really nice. So I asked him if it's okay if you will get not even on 31st but only on the 1st of January your planner, and he said yes, it's not a problem. So the whole project is get together on the first day of the year, and here we are. I made it. I kind of satisfied with it, but in some, I will need to revisit this project, and I will do actually revisit this project because I binded only 6 pictures in it. The plan is that I will sure finish up the other 6 pictures. I have a half a year for it now, so it's okay. I will definitely finish up the 6 remaining pictures, and after I will rebind the whole planner. Now with this kind of knowledge, what I did bad, what I missed from the video, like for example how to start a new thread in the project, not in an ugly way, what is really obvious that there are like 20 knots in the middle of the bind, and so on and so on. So yes, that will be a follow-up video later, but now this video is about how I made this planner, what kind of problems I met on the way, and that's all. I hope you will enjoy the process, because besides how tiring was already sewing this binder for almost 3 hours on the end with everything, don't worry, the video won't be that long. It was a fun project. Actually, I really like this technique. It can look amazing, it can look amazingly gorgeous, it can look amazingly unique, and actually it's a really easy way to make any kind of special use notebook or sketchbook what you need for yourself, especially because with this binding technique the notebook or sketchbook itself can lay flat on the table, or in my case My problem is that I drawing pretty a lot on the run in the theater when I'm traveling somewhere or when I am somewhere when I have some extra time. So after I have the ready artwork, the ready-made artwork, I usually like to scan it and have it and work with it digitally, more like coloring it up digitally when I don't have time for watercolor or colored pencil or anything else. But my problem with the sketchbook, as I getting more and more through the half of the sketchbook, it's lay less and less flat on the scanner, so there are blurry details on the corner of the pictures, what I really don't like. But with this, I will, for example, definitely do to myself with the type of paper what I really love in a block. From that special block, I will make myself a beautiful sketchbook with this beautiful binding technique. But I'm already rambling too much and too long, so please enjoy the video. And if you like the content what I make, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. That's the best way how you can support this channel and what I'm making. And definitely you can visit my shop. Usually what will be or are in these videos sooner or later will be available in my shop. But anyway, there are already lots of gorgeous products available, bookmarks, prints, textile tote bag, and so on with different techniques, digital, printed, original artwork, and my main love, lino prints, lino cut techniques, what I really enjoy to do too. So please just go there, visit, buy something. Oh, by the way, now the calendar for 2025, because it's already too late and I'm super late with everything. Anyway, you can buy wall calendar or desktop calendar on an easel now with 20% off. So just go visit. You don't even need to buy, just adore this beautiful small shop what I just put together in the haste of the end of the first half of the season in the theater and preparing to Christmas and everything else. So here's the video. I hope you will enjoy. Bye. So I printed beforehand the pictures, as you can see. They are in the middle of an A4 paper because, as I mentioned in the intro, I have this limitation with my Canon printer, which is really uncomfortable. It always prints bordered, alles in the original ratio of the typical photo. So I put it in the middle, so I will have on the side some leave on for the binding itself, how you will see later. And here are all the signatures grouped up after the print. I printed with the normal printer settings in booklet what automatically print into signatures. So that's already, I don't need too much to do with it at this point. As you can see, I have a little confusion immediately, which is the first page and how I need to fold it. So this is my very first advice. Look twice or even 3 times before you start to work with the signatures, because it's a little bit tricky if you are not used to how to do it. But Occasionally I find it, so I start to fold all the papers one by one, because I don't have any tool, I didn't come up with anything what would help with the folding. So, the first signature is done. I'm checking if everything is in the right order. As I said, better check twice or 3 times, especially knowing myself, how hasty I can be. And it seems that it's completely okay. Even the folding, it looks really nice. So now time to look for the next signature where it is continue, ergo how we will fold the next signature. And yes, you can see I slowly finding it. There is the date where it continues from the before signature, so we will continue the folding from that. And now all the signatures are neatly done. So last check before I will prepare for the binding, that everything is in order. Seems nice. I like this pile. And here are the 2 covers, one with a design what will be in the planner itself, and on the back I made with my website address cornelmdesign.com. It looks nicely getting together, so I'm really happy. And now the pictures, because I didn't realize that even if it's white bordered, so the border it won't be visible, still the printer will shrink down my design and it won't be A5, but it will be a little bit smaller, ergo it will be bordered. So I prepared a cardboard frame. I cut out A5 size, and now I'm putting one by one around the pictures, neatly arrange in the middle and sign them, and later I will cut all of them. So this part is done, all pictures are framed, and now it's time to actually decide that where exactly I will bind the pictures into the signatures, because it will even decide that which side I will leave extra paper on for the binding. So now I will one by one look at where the month start, where it's aesthetically more pleasing to have the picture on the left or the right side. I write the picture number and I sign the side what I will leave on and not cut off, and I do it with all of the pictures. And this part is done. So actually we arrived when I need to cut the pictures to size. What I use a sturdy, beautiful steel ruler, what I just not long ago bought to myself. I really wanted this type of ruler for a while. It has a really nice grip in the middle, what can even prevent to cut your fingers or hand when you are using the scalpel, how I do here, and it's really nicely make possible to push it down properly so it's not accidentally slip away when you cut actually the paper. So you can see that I cut the top of the paper. I write on the paper number on the sides because I just cut it off. I cut that side of the paper what I want bind. And after I will cut the bottom part of the paper too, and like this picture is actually prepared almost properly for the binding process, and I need to do it with all the remaining 5 pictures, what would be 12 in sum if I would finish up all the pictures, what I didn't. So be grateful because now the video is way shorter like this. And now it's time to pierce the signatures for the sewing binding. I made a small kind of ruler for it, what can hold in place the signature really nicely tied together. Maybe it's not that visible, but I made the signs on the ruler itself where I need to pierce through with the awl. This is a pretty heavy-duty shoemaker awl. I later realized that actually I have fine awls as well, but it was a little bit late already, so that's it. But it's did the job, so it's completely okay. But if you can, especially with this thinner paper, use some less heavy duty oil. And all of the holes are punched. So it's time to move on for all the other signatures. I make one signature as a whole bunch, pierce through in one time, by the way. You are not piercing through standalone papers. Here are the beautiful holes. So this was the last hole in the last signature without the pictures. And I will make the pictures later. Now let's move on for the cover. The cover is slightly bigger than the signature itself to has some edge above the paper to prevent any kind of damage in the back or something. So actually I'm measuring the signature holes by using one signature for it. I carefully try to find out that which direction I will bind actually the book according to where is the web page address on the back of the cover, and seems that I get it. So I put it in place. I leave like a centimeter edge on the cover because the binding itself will pull the papers back to the very edge of the cover, but it makes much more firmer grip for the thread to hold in place the whole structure. And after I made a pre-punch with the signature, after I make from the outside the proper holes to the push signs would be inside, not so visible from the outside. And I'm repeat the same process with the top cover with the picture too. And here it is. Covers finished. Now let's move to the pictures. The pictures, first I will check that which direction I will fold the paper according to where the picture will face, to the right or to the left. And after I take this needle-like tool, what actually I used to use to raise the cut design from my silhouette mat, what is pretty sticky, and I'm just going through beside the picture where the binding will be to make a mark to make it more easier to fold pretty, not just like palm away. And there it is. And I take again this ruler-like stuff. Again, let's check it's working well, looking nice. It will be gorgeous. So it's time to actually punch the holes into the picture too. So it's a more rigid paper, so I think it's worth to punch standalone, separate it from the signature, because it will be more nicer. And I will repeat this same procedure with all of the other pictures too. And this is the last few punch on the last picture. Let's place it in its signature. Yes, looks nice. I'm feeling almost optimistic. If I wouldn't know what will happen later already. And actually we arrived the most hideous and longest part. Now it's actually time to sew together the whole planner. So we start with the back cover and with the last signature what goes there. You place on it and start to pray to all the gods that you do everything right, you don't bind anything reversed. And yeah, so let's get some thread. For the binding I'm using a wax thread. It's really good to use wax thread because even like this it has the tendency to tangling up, what can be really annoying if you are struggling with different amount of signatures. So wax thread it is. I unfortunately choose a little bit too thick one. Next time I will use more thinner. And because it was pretty thick, even the amount of the wax on the thread was a little bit too much. It was everywhere during the process. Anyway, you take a quite long piece of thread. Try to take that long what you still can use it without too much struggling and tangling up. You make it double. In the needle, you already see that I'm just a little bit struggling with it immediately. And after came the first stitch. The first stitch is happening from the inside of the first signature. You go from the inside to the hole. Exactly like that. Pull it through. And after you go through the back cover from the down part, from under. Pull it not too much because the paper itself, the planner paper itself is pretty thin. So gently, after you loop around the thread itself between the signature and the cover, and after go back on the same hole where you started the process. Like that. In this point you can a little bit tighten up because it's already the cover is holding against, so it's not the full force is on the thread. Oops, again tangling up. It will happen a few times, not even just this, even more hideous stuff, but anyway, let's continue. After you go in the next hole from the inside of the signature to the outside, again go to the cover from under, from the outside of the cover, like that, and you will again loop around the thread. When you start the whole process with the first signature, I have to say it's really difficult till the first signature is get actually at least halfway in the place. It will going everywhere, it will wiggle, the thread don't hold normally, you don't know how to hold the whole stuff. So you can see that I don't actually really have any subtle technique for this yet. So I'm just doing this, doing that, this side, that side, up, down. I even wearing the small protector on my finger. I don't know why, because I didn't use on the end, I just get it off. So anyway, you continue the same process through the whole signatures till you arrive to the last stitch in the cover. And we arrived to the last stitch of the cover. We don't go back in the signature like we usually do. Put the second signature above and we go inside from the cover to the first hole of the signature. I recorded it wonderful. I know you can see all the tiny and delicate details. Sorry, I need to still figure this out. No, it will be a little bit better. Yes, another entanglement. So pull it through. And now you actually need to sew through the before stitch of the first signature. That's where originally the first signature attached to the cover. We now attach the second signature to the first signature in this way. After loop around the stitch as we did with the very first row, and we will go back on the same hole where we came to this part and rinse and repeat with all the signatures till the very end when we arrive to the top cover. so we are by the last stitch. You can see already that the spine of the planner is turning out pretty neat, looking pretty nice. Well, it has its issues, but not bad for first try, I have to say. So, actually we arrived that finally we will sew on the top cover. And now I get a little bit insecure that in which direction actually I will sew, so I made a really fast look at the original YouTube video. So I thought we go from above, but no, actually we will go from under, like that. So pull through the needle, loop around, and after we will go in the last signature again. So actually here is the problematic part to use this more thicker thread, because now we will go double over the last signature's holes, because we will bind the cover on like this, in this manner. So besides that, it was really difficult to pull through the needle because already the hole is too small and there was too many threads going on in the meantime. Even it's really bulky. Now the end result is too bulky, and this is actually the very first signature, so the very first part what you actually open up and see the technical detail is this. So I think it's worth to use more thinner, more delicate thread if it's possible. Anyway, let's finish this row. Yep, last looping ups. Let's try to work away a little bit the thread after made the knots. This is another part what I really need to somehow figure out, how you can work away these threads neatly, not to show too much the knots, but it will happen later in another video maybe. And here is the planner. It looks pretty okay, I have to say. Now actually the only one task what is left is to cut off the leftover paper of the pictures. I won't let this long tongue just waving there in any way. I will cut it off with a scalpel again. First I tried on a thicker cardboard paper, like you can see there. It made me really afraid that I will cut the work itself. I will cut through the carton. So after I made this first, not even too neat cut, because I was really scared that I will jinx up my work, and I even needed to correct with a scissor. Yeah, you can see that I need to make a second cut, and even after it wasn't too nice. It's not really as normally the paper, it still wasn't cut through properly. So let's cut a little bit more. My god, even just looking this, it's really scary and not too nice, but it's there finally. Yeah, it's not nice, so scissor. Scissor is your good friend usually, except with this kind of delicate work, because it will be visible. Anyway, after this fiasco and the fast 8, to make it as neat as possible, I actually remember that not long ago I bought a smaller version of my cutting mat, what you can see actually through the whole video, this green mat under. I have a small version, so I grabbed that. Yeah, that was another failed attempt, but thanks God I changed my mind really fast. So, small mat, yeah, it's there on the right. And there it is, small mat under. Freeze a little bit the second half of the planner to get more paper. I squeeze it down with the ruler, and voila, a much more brave, much more cleaner cut. Immediately done. Yeah, there it is. So this is the method what I use for all the remaining pictures. And there it is. The planner finished with half of the picture what I originally planned. But it's done. I will rebind it later when I will have the remaining 6 pictures and try to a little bit avoid the mistakes what I made. I even need to find out how to start with a new thread if you're running out from the thread what you're originally using. But in sum, it looks okay. So, this was it. As you can see, it wasn't an easy project on the end, especially with the way how I find out that I will bind the pictures in, not to have double page in the bind, because the paper what I printed the pictures on is way thicker than the original paper what I used for the calendar. Even like this this parts where the pictures are in, especially when, for example, the very first bunch it contains 3 pictures, so on the end it's pretty bulky. I think when all the 12 pictures will be in, it will kind of balance it out, but now the first half of the calendar is really bulky, and the second half is like pretty thin, so it's a little bit like not closing up properly. But way to say I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with this project. I not even felt too ashamed to hand this over to my partner, and he was really happy about. What is sure that even I will make next time the cover in different way. I again didn't have enough time to came up with more ideas, and in the same times the idea what I came up, the very original one, didn't work out at all with the glue what I wanted to use for it. It's actually not a glue, it's Potch, what I usually use for transfer to a lino block my printed art design, what works really well on the side because it makes immediately water resistant the picture itself, what is on the surface. So from that point of view it was a good choice. The other point of view, the pause paper, the see-through paper what I originally wanted to use, it wasn't stick at all, so I needed to scrape that after I printed on the sticker paper and put it on, but it got wrinkly because of the moist of the Potch. So I, like always through my journey with art design now, I'm acting like it was part of the design. It was planned like that. It's nothing to see here. It's like this. It was like this from the start. So yes, now it's the wrinkly design, but to be honest, my aesthetic is more close to have the nice plain surface and not the wrinkly one. But anyway, so this was the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope maybe you get even some motivation to do something yourself. Some DIY handmade gift for your loved ones. And again, if you like this video, please hit that like button because that's make my video more visible for others. Or you can share this video with people who you think they are interested in, or on your social media. Even don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to know about my new videos. Hopefully I regularly will come up with. I actually have a pretty long list what I'm interested in to make a video of. And you can find all my social handles in the description below. You can find all the links for the products or the original binding video what I used for this project. Let's support the original content creator too. Visit her site. She's making amazing stuff there with binding techniques. So it's really worth to just binge watch it with something, I don't know, for lunch, for doing something, doing the laundry or something, and just enjoy this amazing process what she's doing. And hopefully see you soon, maybe in 1 week if I can hold my schedule. I hope I will. So have a great one and see you soon. Bye.